Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what it takes to repair the tape joints on a back patio drywall ceiling. This patio is starting to have its paper tape fail. As you can see, it's starting just to buckle and chip away. It's not every tape joint on this ceiling, but usually when I do these, I give the homeowner a option of just going ahead and replacing all the tape joints, because once one section or two sections start to go, eventually they're all going to go. So on this project, I'm going to go ahead and remove all the paper tape and redo it with a fiberglass mesh tape. This joint here is from a hip roof, so they framed it out differently. That's why that tapered joint is going the opposite way, and actually it looks like it's buckling a little bit, so I'm thinking I might need to rescrew this ceiling since it might be moving, because some of the tape joints will fail because of movement if it wasn't attached right. So I'll figure that out once I get up on my scaffolding and start removing the tape. It does have a skip trowel texture that I'll be matching after I repair the tape joints, but I'm going to go ahead and skim coat this whole ceiling. That way when I skip trowel it, it's not just repaired areas on every tape joint. The whole ceiling will be consistent. I'll be using an all-purpose joint compound for the skim coating and texturing, and for the repairs of the tape joints, I'm going to use a fiberglass mesh tape and some 20-minute and 45-minute setting type compound that you have to mix up from a powder form. The plastic on the floor is a 2 mil plastic. I want to protect that spray deck. I just feel like the paper tape isn't very exterior friendly, and the fiberglass mesh tape along with the setting type compound is the way to go. Alright, so I got all the tape joints pulled down, and I went ahead and screwed off the whole ceiling again because there was just way too much movement. They missed a bunch of areas that needed screws, and what happens is these contractors come in here and build these neighborhoods, and they pay by the sheet of drywall. So the guys are just slinging this stuff up there, and the faster you go, the more money you make. So by the time the homeowner realizes there's a problem, the contractors are long gone. So job security for me, not good for the homeowner, but it is what it is. I already applied the fiberglass mesh tape, so I'm going to get ready to mud this, and there's that one weird joint that goes the opposite way. I will be filling up these bigger gaps with the setting type compound before I do any mud work. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright, I got the joints with the first coat. I used the 45-minute hot mud, and I went a little thicker than I normally would because I'm going to be building this ceiling down just a little bit with the skim coat. So what I'm going to do is, while this is drying, I'm going to start skim coating the ceiling.
Let me know in the comments if you're a DIYer, contractor, painter. Just kind of curious.
Oh, in case you're wondering, I mixed up about a half a bucket of the 45-minute quick setting mud, and I was able to do this whole ceiling in one round of mudding. You always want to be careful not to get any of your mud on the walls. As you can see, I didn't touch these walls at all. Be very careful with that. And I was able to fill that big gap before I did the fiberglass mesh and the mud work. Alright, got most of this ceiling skim coated. Sun's starting to go down. Gonna let this dry overnight. I skim coated away from all the tape joints that were mudded because it was still a little damp. So those are gonna get hit tomorrow. I'm gonna use the all-purpose joint compound on those for the second coat. I got to build up the first coat pretty good, so it's only going to take 2 coats on those. This section here where the weird joint was because of the hip is going to get skim coated tomorrow, but that's no big deal. It can dry while I'm doing the mud work on the rest of it. Let me know in the comments if you have some ceiling tape joints coming down or what kind of drywall repair you're working on. Alright, day 2 of the project. I got this last little section skim coated, and then I got all the tape joints second coated, and I've got a couple floor fans drying this out so I can get to skip troweling in about an hour or so. Just a little bit of dampness still in the tape joints. I'll be able to start hopefully even sooner than an hour. You can see the ceiling looks pretty good. That skip trowel is just going to make it pop. Alright, got that skip trowel up, It looks a little splotchy because it's drying in some spots and still wet in other spots, but that'll all dry out. I'm going to let it dry out overnight, and then when I get back tomorrow, I'm going to prime and paint it. The skip trowel is a great look. It is very similar to the stucco that's already out there. So it looks good, especially once it's painted nice and white. And down in the description, I'll leave links to skip trowel tutorials and step-by-steps, and also step-by-steps on how to repair the tape joints. Whether they're falling down or you got a hole, I've got videos for it, so check the description and the end screen at the end of the video out. Day 3, got the ceiling primed and painted. I used a Zinsser 123 primer and my favorite paint, which is Richard's Signature Series. It's a flat white and it's a nice bright white. You can't even tell where any of the tape joints were. The homeowner's super happy. I'm happy. Floors are all cleaned up after I removed the plastic. There was nothing on the ground whatsoever. Nothing got on the walls. Everything went pretty smooth. So the only reason this is a 3-day job is because of dry times. Otherwise, I could knock it out in a day.
And if you want to catch the next video or any of my upcoming videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button now in the center of the screen to keep up with all my videos. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll leave some of my most popular video links down below in the description. Thanks so much for watching.